With more on the future of this game and why its popularity has exploded in recent years, here's Heather Cox with the president of Jordan Brand, Larry Miller.
Larry, in the 6th year, what does it mean to the Jordan Brand to be involved in this game?
Well, it's been a great opportunity for the brand. It allows us to connect with some of the top high school players in the country. Allows us to have a great venue to expose our brand to here in New York City at Madison Square Garden. So it's a great situation for us overall.
Now, Michael Jordan's personal involvement has changed a little bit because of his affiliation with the NBA. How does that change your approach to this game?
Well, it really hasn't changed our approach. We've had to comply with the NBA's rules and make sure that Michael's involvement is in line with their rules. But we've still provided a great opportunity for the kids, a great experience for the kids, and we think that they really are going to enjoy it. They've got an opportunity to play in the mecca of basketball here at Madison Square Garden. We've gotten them involved in a lot of great activities throughout the city. So for us, we think it's still a great opportunity, and Michael absolutely will be here at the game tonight.
And just how exciting is it for you and the Jordan Brand to really be watching the future of both college and NBA on the court tonight?
Well, it's great. I mean, when we think back over the last 6 years of the game and some of the players who participated, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Amari Stoudemire, now to see those guys being stars in the NBA, we know that some of the kids who are out here playing tonight will also be stars in college and the NBA. And it's great. It's great to be able to look back and say, hey, we remember these kids when they played in our game and look at what they're doing now.
Very exciting. Larry, thanks so much. We'll let you enjoy the second half.
Thank
Eric,
you.
back to you.
Thank you, Heather. We will have much more from the 2007 Jordan Brand All-American Classic when we come back.
He has a brother that's 5'10", but his mom told me yesterday, her name is Kathy, that from the time he was like in the 3rd or 4th grade, he prayed every night that he would be 7 feet tall. And he told his mom, don't pray anything else to negate what I'm praying. He ends up being 7 feet tall. His mom's 5'8" and his dad's 6 feet.
Jack of the Beanstalk.
And he still plays like he's 6 feet tall. He's got a great outside shot.
Does.
And that's going to be utilized in Columbus for Thad Matta in so many different ways with his range and versatility.
Thad's already bringing in another 6'11" kid this year. Has a commitment from a 7'2" kid in this year's junior class. So Thad Matta continues to have that big, dominant front line that has been so successful for him already up there in Buckeye Land.
Thad Matta's got great contacts throughout the Midwest because of his stops at Butler, Xavier, of course now at Ohio State. He was an assistant formerly at Indiana State, so a lot of contacts through the Midwest. His staff's done a nice job there. John Gross and Alan Major as well, hitting the recruiting trails. Good flush.
Darrell Summers, 6'6" out of Detroit. He's off to Michigan State next year, showing some rise. He's now got 8 points.
A kid that his body is still developing at 6'6", 195 pounds, can put on another 10 or 15. Be a real warrior on that glass for Tom Izzo, a guy that thrives with glass eaters in that system.
Corey Fisher getting inside, draws the foul. Well, it's summertime here in April. Darrell Summers ahead of the pack. No worries. Well, don't look now, folks, but we've got a game. The yellow team starting to get a little bit nervous as the blue boys coming in town. Just a 2-point game. Well, this is some of the historical facts that accompany this game. Jordan Brand has been involved with this game since 2002, and in just 6 short years, we've had 105 high school All-Americans. 34 players have already graduated to the NBA, 10 top 10 draft selections, and some guys with some pretty big names have played in this game. Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, J.J. Redick, pretty good player. LeBron James holds the scoring record. Chris Paul's actually in the building right now. Corey Brewer won a national championship this year with Florida. And Dwight Howard.
Kevin Durant last year, Andre Iguodala. Loaded up, huh?
Greg Oden, the X factor of college basketball this past season. Changed the game at both ends of the floor with his mere presence, taking the Buckeyes to the championship game before falling to the Gators.
You know, Steve, a year ago, we were sitting here talking about how the NBA age limit rule would affect college basketball. And now, looking back on the first year that the rule's been in place,
Patrick Patterson for 2.
I think the rule first of all, is an insurance policy for the NBA, because now kids have to prove themselves on the college elite level for an entire year instead of just a couple of high school All-American games. But think about what Greg Oden did for college basketball this year, and Kevin Durant. I love the fact that at least we got to have him for 1 year. I don't know what your thoughts are on that NBA age limit rule now that we're a year into it.
And last bucket by Jeff Robinson, and again, here comes the yellow team on the break. It's a 4-on-2, and Blake Griffin blocked by Patterson.
Griffin's going to have to go stronger than that against Patterson.
Coach, your thoughts on having to play a year in college now?
Yeah, it definitely was a step in the right direction.
Donte Greene.
Well, he is so comfortable on the perimeter for a player his size, but I also think, you know, for a college kid to get your feet wet being away from home, and now they're starting to line him up.
Jeff Robinson. About 26 feet for Jeff Robinson. Out to Memphis next year. He's got 9.
But players, when they go to school, they have a chance to not only develop their game against top competition, but also a chance to be away from home and learn some of the decision-making responsibilities, the time management issues, and to do that in an academic environment. Then I think on the flip side for the NBA, you're less likely to draft a bust or a lobster.
Sure. Calathes, a set shot from about 29 feet. Calathes will play for Billy Donovan next year at Florida.
And to follow up your point about time management and being on your own, Nick Calathes today was late to the shoot-around by about a half an hour. As you see Blake Griffin head to Oklahoma, hammer one home.
That's the strength that you got to go to the hole.
Yeah, that's
right
what
there.
you look, especially with a body like that. But Nick Calathes said he was late to the shoot-around today because nobody woke me up. Well, young man, guess what? Next year on Florida's campus, Billy Donovan is not going to wake you up. You better get yourself up, huh?
Yeah, those excuses aren't going to cut.
Not anymore.
Well, Jeff Robinson's starting to take over. He's got 8 points in the last minute and a half, and the yellow lead swells back up to a half dozen. Robinson with 11 points.
How about Singler again leading the break at 6'9", and like a point guard at that size, able to see over the defense. The nice dump off for the easy deuce in transition.
Well, Sunday Night Baseball continues on ESPN as Daisuke Matsuzaka gets his first taste of one of the most storied rivalries in all of sports. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park on Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It's Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell on ESPN at 8 o'clock. It's available in sparkling high definition on ESPN HD.
You know, earlier we were talking about, you know, why the NBA is less likely to end up drafting a bust or a lottery, a player not prepared to step in and help. And that's a result of having a full year in college basketball to evaluate a player in terms of his ability to learn, his coachability, his ability to respond in pressure situations. And that's a lot different than just watching a kid in high school where he can dominate because his superiority physically, or in an individual workout where a player may have an excellent skill set, but it's different when you face top-level competition in the college game.
I mean, there have been guys in the past that got drafted after having a great showing in the McDonald's All-American game and the Capital Classic or the Jordan Brand game. And it's the insurance policy right now that is in place to keep those NBA teams from making a mistake. I wish it was for 2 years because it brings so much to the college game. But I love the fact that Durant and Oden, Mike Conley, those guys were at least on the college campus this year. In my opinion, also Mike Conley, he's out of here. He's the best point guard in the NBA draft, in my opinion. He will go ahead of AC Law. I think that's why he and Oden both will be gone.
Yeah, I think you really break down players into 3 categories. There's the can't miss. It used to be coming out of high school, Kevin Garnett, a Kobe Bryant, a LeBron James, or a Baron Davis after a sophomore year. Vince Carter as an underclassman. Nice reverse layup there, soft touch.
Calathes, then to be Gator.
Then your second category, there's the can't miss. The second category then is the borderline players, where it's a risk if they come out. And then there's the third, which is no chance at all, not ready at all, but someone advising a particular prospect gives them bad advice. Usually they don't have their best interests at heart, and they make a disastrous decision that affects the rest of their life.
Chandler Parsons trying to get the crowd on its feet.
And then there's a 4th level, the Jimmy Dykes level. Take up tennis, young man. Take up tennis. So there's 4 levels, Lab, not just 3.
Well, usually a player falls into those 3, but I'll give you that 4th category as we're going to see the missed dunk here.
That's what I like about Chandler Parsons. He misses it, but his mentality to go to that rim. And again, Billy Donovan is going to replace a lot of toughness in that lineup. And Parsons has shown me something tonight. Although he's thin, Going hard to that rim with a mentality.
Well, Parson and Calathes at 6'8" and 6'5" can see over the defense. They can stroke the ball from distance.